Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to go over a simple breakdown of how to use the if function in Excel. Using if in Excel or Google Sheets basically acts as a simple true or false test. If something is true, then return X. If something is not, then return Y. Here's what it looks like. I'm going to write a very simple if function that returns true if a cell reference is a 1 and false if it's not a 1. Once you type in the beginning of the if function, the following breakdown pops up. There are three requirements or arguments to an if function: the logical test, the value of true, and the value of false. Think of the logical test like a simple true or false question. Either something is true or it's false. There are many options for what you can use here. We'll go into some later, but for this, I'm just going to keep it simple, and I want to know if the cell referenced is a 1. So value if true. If the cell reference is a 1, then this is where you put the true value. For this example, I'll use true, but it can also be a cell reference or a formula. Value if false. If the cell referenced does not equal 1, then this is where you put the false value. Again, in this example, I'll use false, but it can also be a cell reference or another formula. Once I have that typed in, hit enter, and let's see what it looks like. So because the cell referenced in B2 is a 0, we get a false. Let's copy it down and see what the results are for the rest. So as you can see, because there's a 1 in cell B3, the formula returned true. If you're using Google Sheets, the formula is laid out the exact same way and will return the exact same results. Another way you can use the if function is with greater than, less than, or equal to, or not equal to. Here's what that looks like. Here's an example of less than 0. Here's an example of greater than 0. You can also use greater than or equal to. And also less than or equal to. You can also format the formula so that it's not equal to, which you use less than and greater than. Here's an example that's a little more complicated. In this example, we want to know if an employee will be eligible for retirement within 10 years. That means any employee who is 55 or older will be eligible, and any employee who's under 55 will be ineligible. Here's how I'd write that formula. For the logical test, I want to take the age, and if it's greater than the retirement age less 10, which is 55, then it's going to return a true value. I've made the retirement age an absolute reference so that I can drag it down. For the true value, I want it to return eligible. It's important to note that if you're going to use any words besides true or false, they have to be in quotes. And for the false value, I have ineligible. Let's just take a moment, because I'm a numbers guy, to celebrate that I even spelt these words right. Once you have all that typed in, you hit enter. As you can see, because Abigail is 40, she is not eligible in 10 years for retirement. Let's see what the rest look like. Once we drag it down, we see that our 55-year-olds are marked ineligible. That means we need to update the formula. And there we go. Anyone who is 55 or older is eligible, and anyone who is under 55 is ineligible. And here we have an example of the formula written with cell references for true and false. For true, we reference cell H3, which is eligible. And for false, we reference cell H4, ineligible. Both are absolute references, so we can drag the formula. There's a lot of ways to use if in Excel and Google Sheets, and there's a lot of variations as well, so check out my other videos. And if you like this video, like it, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching.